All right. I want to start by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rikakwadash. That belongs to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned from, that I learned this truth from. All right. Salutations to the elect out there. Keep your eyes single, keep believing in the Lord, and don't let anything distract you. All right. I'm going to do a quick lesson. I'm going into how we are still in captivity and how these other nations taunt us by using proverbs and bywords. But it all goes back to what? The curses, you see? Because we Israelites, we broke the covenant. So we under the curses of Deuteronomy. Before I play the video and show you an example, I'm going to start in Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 36. I'm going to get to the point. It says, "The Lord, whose name is Yahweh, shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known." You see, and that nation is talking about those that are oppressing us right now. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. "There shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone," you see? And that main false god that a lot of our people are worshiping is that so-called JC character, that Jesus, that Serapis Christus, Jesus Christ, you know, that character, that false god that has no power, that has no breath. All right, 37. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall scatter thee." You see? So they're going to taunt Israelites by calling them, well, let's go look up the word proverb and byword. Let's go see what that means. Let's see, proverb. All right, let's see.
Strong's H 4912. Mashal.
Proverb, byword, similitude, parable. Let's see. Sentence, in ethical wisdom. Let's see. Let's get a more. Let's see. Byword, light, parable, proverb. Let's see. Let's get the definition of a proverb. Let's see. Proverb. Let's see. Proverb. Let's see. Proverb means Salakia. Just want to get a meaning for it to go with the lesson. All right, it says a short, pithy saying in general use, stating a general truth or piece of advice. You see, here's some definitions. A saying, you see, it says saying. And what these devils say about us is that we what? Monkeys and this and that you're going to hear in the video. And let's go get the definition of byword. Let's look up what byword is. Then I'll play the video. All right, byword in the
Strong's
Greek.
H 8148. Shenina.
All right, it says sharp word, sharp cutting word, taunt, gibby. You see, so they taunt, these nations taunt us with sayings and taunt. Yeah, they taunt us with different, words such as, as you're going to hear in the video. So they use proverbs and bywords, against Israel, as an astonishment. You see, the Lord called them to do that. All right, it says, "Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where thou shalt lead thee." You see? So they're going to taunt you. They're going to taunt you by calling you different things and have different sayings, you see? Like porch monkey, and, the stuff that they used to say during slavery, during the slavery times. when the Israelites were brought over here into captivity. All right, here's an example. Let's play the video.
Running late. No turn on.
A white Florida woman decides to get extremely racist at a black woman. Here it is.
You ugly, you're a ugly.
Yeah, this one's going to be a doozy. Let me give you the backstory. A young woman the other day, a young black woman, is in Tampa, Florida, driving into Brandon, Florida. She's dropping her young daughter off at daycare. She said she saw a truck behind her at one point, like a few cars back, swerving and honking. She thought something was going on, had nothing to do with her. She pulls into a right-hand lane to make a right-hand turn, but the sign says, no turn on red. So she's waiting for the light. She's turned, kind of talking to her daughter while she's waiting, and then she hears a bang on her door. She turns around, and there's someone standing there. And she said her first impression was that it was a police officer because of the gun. She said this woman was at her door with a firearm and a holster on her side, her shirt tucked in between her body and the gun. She could see it clearly. And then she kind of realizes what the woman's saying. She's yelling, you stupid N-word, you and your monkey baby, you're going to make me late, and making threats. Then she walks away, gets in her truck, and drives around and, blocks her in. They actually missed the light.
You see, she said, you monkey baby. And it goes back to what? The curses. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. You know, the sayings that they use. They keep calling you monkey, keep calling you ape, gorilla, you know, byword. They keep taunting you with different, sayings. All right. Black. That's one of them. Black. There's no such thing as black. All right. Well, there's no such thing as black people. You see, we're Israelites. African American. All right, here we go. Let's continue the video.
The light turns green. This woman who's running late makes them miss the light and is still screaming. At that point, it's when she pulls out her phone and starts recording. Let me quickly say, this video is going to freeze up at a moment. There's something corrupt in the file which tries to send it, but the audio is still playing. It's not you, it's the video. But just watch what happens.
Yep. Bother me, you ugly. You're a ugly like your baby. You learn how to drive before you kill her. Yeah. What's that gonna do you? Yeah.
She said once she saw the phone, she took off. So she kept recording, hoping to get a clear shot of her plate. And this is where she was going anyway. That woman turns right. She is as well. But then for some reason, she thinks that woman thought she was following her, actually stopped and got in behind her. And then said she followed her. She'd come in front of her and brake check her, then get behind her again. Finally, the victim pulled into a parking lot with this woman right behind her and started honking her horn to get attention because she was afraid this woman was going to do something. And then this woman took off and was finally gone.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program,
Enhance.
to the show. My dear brother got more. Here it is.
Fortunately, the footage she recorded of her plates looks like this. So I'm going to try that thing they do in the movies where they zoom in and say enhance, and it clears up the image. So enhance. Oh, that worked really well. That's really clear. Yeah, unfortunately, that whole enhance thing doesn't work. But this is her plate. And you might think, oh, that's wonderful. Someone saw this happening and actually got a good shot of her plate. Nope. This picture wasn't taken by someone who saw what was happening to her. This picture was taken on a totally different day by a totally different black woman who had almost the identical experience with that same woman. She said she was driving and had that woman in that truck cut her off and almost caused an accident, so she honked at her, and the woman flew into a rage, started swerving and screaming, so she flipped her off and tried to keep going. But instead, then she got in front of her, was brake checking her. She said, I could not get past her. I literally had to go on the grass to get around her, and then she came speeding up to me with her window down, calling me an N, and my baby daughter an N baby. My daughter was so frightened, once she seen her showing a black object that we both assume was
N-word, and that's one of the main ones, the bywords that they use, the N-word, you see.
a gun. That sound familiar? Like the one she had on her daughter, an N baby. My daughter was so frightened, once she seen her showing a black object that we both assume was a gun. That sound familiar? Like the one she had on her side? She said when she pulled out her phone and started recording her, she sped off, but she zoomed in and got the plate. And just so we know they are the same person, this is the picture the second victim took. The first victim didn't realize in that video where she was yelling at her that she actually got part of her plate at the tail end of it, and you can see it's the same. AZ61TW. It's the same woman in the same truck. Now, I'll say this. I have a name, and I'm confident it's the right name for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is this criminal traffic record. But I'm not going to put it out there yet. It has been given to police, and they are working on this. They're taking it seriously, and I appreciate that. But I wanted to put this out there because, one, I think I'm going to have people contact me who confirm that name. And two, I kind of think we're going to find more victims. I think we're going to find more people who have had similar encounters with her, and I would like to talk to them. So Tampa, and especially Brandon, Florida, do me a favor. Someone tell me, who is she?
Tizian did a great job. We've had him on the show before. We'll definitely have him back again. Very good fact-checking and reporting. Put it up full mass. We have a little more information. The black woman caught the moments this white driver decided to go on a racist rant, slur-laden.
Yep, and that's how they feel, these Edomites. They're going to continue to use proverbs and bywords in their heart. They may not say it, but they're thinking it. And that's being under the curses for you so-called Israelites. I mean, not so-called Israelites, but you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, especially you so-called blacks, the Israelites. You're still under the curses, you see. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All right, shalom.